Hey YouTube, bigerikbaby here with my first Battlefield Hardline video. In this video I'll be going over the gadgets you are able to get in the game, how they work, and hopefully give you some good tips on how to use them to their potential. There's a good amount of gadgets in this game, so let's get started and go through them because I don't want to make this too long of a video for you guys. We'll start off with the gadgets that all the kids can use, and first up is the gas mask, which costs $4,800. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Basically you spawn in with a gas mask on if you have this equipped, and you cannot take it on or off. The gas mask is going to slightly reduce your field of view and put a reflective filter type of thing on your screen. It makes being in a cloud of gas from a gas grenade not affect you or make you lose health like I am now. Next up is the grappling hook, costing $9,600, which you can point to a ledge above you and create a climbable rope that takes a bit of time to get up. Once you climb up the rope, you can look at the hook and activate it to remove the line so no one can follow you up. The grappling hook's big brother, the Zipline, is $13,200, and it creates a zipline that you can ride around the map fairly quickly with. To use it, you need to fire downwards, and within 150 meters it will attach to where you aimed and create the zipline. If you hit someone with it, it'll knock them to about half health, or kill them if they were hurt. A good tip for the zipline: if you are using the map pickup variant, you can fire a zipline, drop it by switching weapons, and have a buddy pick it up and create another one. You can only make one line by yourself, so this tactic could be pretty good if you're ever in the spot to use it. You can also choose to buy the stunt driver perk for $39,000, which if you hit the sprint button while driving a car or van, it will make your engine louder and give you a speed boost, as you can see in the video now. It's pretty self-explanatory and helpful for the Hotwire game mode. Next we'll go over the two secondary weapons that are basically gadgets. First is the taser gun. This thing costs $21,000 and has a range of about 7 meters. If you manage to score a hit with it, you will see the enemy get electrocuted and then fall down. You'll get a kill for it in the kill feed, and if you interact with the body of the person for a few seconds, you will interrogate them and reveal enemy positions on the map to your team. The other secondary, the $16,200 tracking dart, is a pretty interesting device. You can fire it at enemies or vehicles, and it will keep them spotted and also make them red in the game world for your team, making it easier to find and take them out. You can lock onto a tracked vehicle with an RPG or SMAW, which usually aren't lockable on vehicles, and the rocket will track the target even if they fire their countermeasures, which will help a lot with helicopters that are destroying the battlefield. Next we'll review the operator or medic class gadgets, starting with the default first aid pack. It works how you would expect. You throw it down and it refills your health pretty quickly. You can only throw it down every 30 seconds, so be choosy with when you drop it. Teammates can also interact with you and get health if you aren't dropping it for them, but this will not get you any points for healing them. Here we have the defibs with the cops and the revive syringe with the criminals. They cost $14,400, and they allow you to revive teammates that were killed, but for them to receive full health you have to charge them up. The defibs will beep when you have a full charge, and the syringe will make a really quiet air sound that's almost impossible to hear during the action. You can also kill enemies with them if you have either of them charged. The Survivalist Gadget is like the revive syringe, but it will only allow you to revive yourself when you die, and only if you die from an explosion or getting run over by a car. Since you can't revive yourself from gunshots, I feel that this isn't the most effective gadget in a first-person shooter, and it only revives you at 10 health as well. Next up is the mechanic class, which has a good selection of tools. You start with the M320 or M79 depending on your faction in the game, and they are pretty much grenade launchers and nothing else. They do decent damage against cars and vans, and I haven't found much difference between the M320 or M79. I recommend buying the repair tool first, and it works like any repair tool in Battlefield to repair friendly vehicles or damage enemy vehicles. You can use it while in the passenger seat, which can be very useful in the Hotwire game mode. Speaking of Hotwire, the $30,000 sabotage gadget is perfect for Hotwire because it allows you to put a bomb under a car or on a door or pickup weapon, and when an enemy comes by and drives the car or picks up the weapon, it will explode. The enemy can see the charge you place if they look, but most people don't check that sort of thing. Another nifty gadget the mechanic has is the satellite phone, which will cost you $27,000, and it works like the spawn beacon from past Battlefield games. The direction you are looking in while placing the sat phone is the direction you will spawn, and on a large map like Dust Bowl, if you place it outside, it will not parachute drop you in. You will still spawn next to it, unlike Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. The final gadget for the mechanic is the Armored Insert perk, which costs $33,000, and as you can see in the video, I'm getting shot and only taking 12 damage when the max for this gun is 24, so this perk will reduce damage to the chest by 50%. Let's move over to the Enforcer class, which doesn't have much to choose from. The default gadget is the ammo box, which dispenses ammo to yourself and teammates. Like the first aid bag, you can only drop it every 30 seconds, and if a teammate interacts with you to take ammo because you won't drop it, you do not receive any points. Since the class is called Enforcer, the $18,000 ballistic shield fits the name perfectly. This shield will deflect incoming grenades and bullets, and although it does eventually get destroyed, it can take a lot of damage first. In my tests, it took a few grenades and 4 or 5 AKM magazines to be destroyed, and an undamaged shield will even take an RPG and still be able to take a few shots. The final gadget the Enforcer can get is the Battlefield Classic C4, named the Breaching Charge in Battlefield Hardline. You can toss C4 on vehicles, walls, and the ground and blow them up later. Most light vehicles only need 1 breaching charge to explode, and the armored cars will take 2 to 3 charges to destroy, depending on where you place them. The final class we'll go over today is the Professional class. You start out with a laser trip mine, which you can put on the ground or walls, and it will guard certain areas and blow up if any enemies break the laser. But the laser can be seen fairly easily, so place these tactically. You can also pick them up if you mess up your placement. The next gadget is the camera, which costs $6,000 and works like a directional motion sensor. The way the camera is pointing has about a 90-degree field of view, and any enemy that walks in front of it will be spotted and put on the minimap. It works up to 50 meters, but as soon as the enemy leaves the view, they will become unspotted. They do not stay spotted for a few seconds like they normally would be. Another professional gadget you can equip is the decoy, which will be $25,800 to buy, and once you throw it down, it will create gunfire sounds, and those will appear on enemies' minimaps as red triangles. They also appear on your minimap as white triangles, as you can see on mine right now, so you can find out if it's a teammate shooting or just the decoy going off randomly. The final gadget you can purchase for the Professional class is the Stealth Training perk, which is $48,000, and it will make your footsteps extremely quiet and allow you to open doors silently as well. Since footsteps in Hardline are easy to hear with a good setup, Stealth Training can be pretty invaluable when trying to sneak around the map. That about wraps it up for the gadgets in Hardline. They're all pretty interesting and none are particularly awful. Let me know in the comments down below which gadget you find most useful for your playstyle. And if you enjoyed this video or learned something, give it a like. A big thank you to everyone in the Hostile Takeover clan who helped make this video. Our clan's information is in the description below if you're interested. Consider subscribing for more Hardline videos coming out as soon as the full release is here in March. And until next time, thanks for watching.